Hello everyone, my name is Matthew and this is Learn the Lingo. Welcome back to Hebrew Basics, a series where we learn the essentials of Hebrew grammar. Today, we are going to do a practice and review of everything we've learned from lessons 29 to 32 in this series. During these past 4 lessons, we've been learning the future tense. To see how this tense works with regular roots, let's see all the future tense forms of the verb lichtov, which means to write, and which is from the root kaf tav beit. The Hebrew future tense has different forms for different subject pronouns. Let's see the future tense of this root, where the subject is ani, I. This is made with an aleph with segol, first root letter kaf with shva, second root letter tav with cholam, and finally the third root letter beit. Echtov, I will write. What makes the subject of the verb echtov ani, I, is that prefix. We can replace this prefix with another prefix to make the subject of the verb different. For example, let's replace this aleph and segol prefix with a tav and hirik. This makes tichtov, which means you will write masculine singular, or she will write. And if we make the prefix a yod with hirik, we make yichtov, which means he will write. And if the prefix is a nun with hirik, that is nichtov, which means we will write. You can take tichtov and shorten the vowel on the second root letter, the cholam, to a shva. Then you can add the ending e. This makes tichtavi, which means you will write feminine singular. You can also add the ending u. This will make tichtavu, which means you will write masculine plural. You can also take yichtov, he will write, shorten the cholam to a shva, and add u to make yichtavu. They will write in masculine form. To say you will write in feminine plural form, we have two options. We can use tichtavu, you will write masculine plural, which can be used for any plural you. But we can also take tichtov and add na to make tichtovna. You will write feminine plural. It works the same way to say they will write in feminine form. We can say yichtavu, which means they will write masculine or feminine, or we can say tichtovna, which also means they will write in feminine form. If the last letter of a root is aleph, as in the root kuf resh aleph, which has a meaning of reading, the vowel on the second root letter will not be a cholam, but a kamatz. So I will read is not ekro with a cholam, but ekra with a kamatz. When we add a na ending to tikra, which means you will read masculine singular or she will read, the kamatz in tikra changes to a segol. So you will read feminine plural, or they will read in feminine form, is tikrena. If the last letter of a root is an ein or chet, as in the root shin mem ein, which has a meaning of hearing, the vowel on the second root letter will be a patach. So he will hear, for example, is yishma, with the yi prefix, and the vowel on the second root letter as a patach. For roots ending in ein and chet, when we add the na ending to the ata and he form, tishma, the vowel does not change, as it does with roots whose third letter is aleph. So you will hear feminine plural, or they will hear in feminine form, is tishmana. If the second letter of a root is an aleph, ein, chet, or hey, the vowel on that second root letter will also be a patach. With the root beit, chet, resh, we can make the verb we will choose as nivchar, with the ni prefix, which shows that the subject is we, and the vowel on the second root letter, which is a chet, as a patach, nivchar. When the second root letter is an aleph, ein, chet, or hey, and we add endings onto the forms tivchar, you will choose masculine singular, or she will choose, or yivchar, he will choose, the vowel does not shorten to a shva, as with regular roots. Instead, it only shortens to a patach shva. Then we can add e to tivchar to make tivchari. You will choose feminine plural. Or we can add u to make tivcharu. You will choose masculine plural. We can add u to yivchar to make yivcharu. They will choose in masculine form. Let's say he will choose the meat. He will choose will be yivchar with the yi suffix that shows that the subject is hu, he. The meat is habasar. Since habasar is the definite direct object of the verb yivchar, the preposition et must go before it. That all makes yivchar et habasar. He will choose the meat. Yivchar et habasar. Let's also say, my brother and I will read. In Hebrew, it is more natural to say, I and my brother will read. So first, we will say, ani, I. Then, and is v, and my brother will be achi, which is the word ach, brother, with the e suffix, which means my. Ani va'achi, my brother and I. Lastly, we have the verb will read. The subject of this verb is my brother and I, which is a we, so this verb will be nikra, with the ni prefix, which is used when the subject of the verb is anachnu, we. Ani va'achi nikra. My brother and I will read. Ani va'achi nikra. Let's see how the future tense looks when the first letter of a root is chet, using the root chet shin beit, which has a meaning of thinking. With these kinds of roots, any future tense prefix that usually has a hirik will now have a patach. For example, he will think is not yichshov with a hirik under the yod prefix, but yachshov with a patach. Let's also see how roots look when their first letter is an ayin or hey, using the root ayin beit dalet, which has a meaning of working. With these kinds of roots, the first two vowels of future tense verbs will not be a hirik and a shva, but a patach and a patach shva. For example, you will work masculine singular or she will work is ta'avod, with its first two vowels as a patach and patach shva, and we will work is na'avod. But when we add an olive prefix to these kinds of roots, these vowels will not be a patach and patach shva, but a segol and segol shva. So I will work is e'evod, with its first two vowels as a segol and segol shva. Roots beginning with olive often have these types of vowels in the future tense. Let's see a couple forms from the root olive hey beit, which has a meaning of loving or liking. I will love is e'ehav, with the olive prefix showing that the verb subject is ani, and the first two vowels as a segol and segol shva. He will love is ye'ehav. Some roots beginning with olive have a more irregular form of the future tense, such as the root olive mem resh, which has a meaning of saying. He will say, for example, is yomar, which has a cholam as the vowel on the prefix, no vowel on the first root letter olive, and a patach as the vowel on the second root letter. With these kinds of roots beginning with olive, when we add the olive with cholam prefix, that olive prefix and the olive of the root merge together into just one olive. So I will say is omar. Let's say, what will they think? What is ma, and will they think is the future tense yachshavu, which has the yod prefix and u ending, which show that the subject is they. Ma yachshavu. What will they think? Ma yachshavu. Let's also say, she wants you to work. In Hebrew, to express wanting someone to do something, the structure is want that someone will do something. So this sentence in Hebrew will literally be, she wants that you will work. Let's say that the you is masculine plural. So she will be he, wants will be the feminine singular form of the present tense רוצה, that is she, and you will work in masculine plural form will be ta'avdu, with the tav prefix and u ending. היא רוצה שתעבדו. She wants that you will work. Literally, she wants you to work. היא רוצה שתעבדו. The last irregular form of the future tense we've learned so far is of hollow roots whose second letter is a vav that acts as a vowel. For an example, let's use the verb לבוא, which means to come, and which is from the root beit vav aleph. To make the future tense of hollow roots, we take the 3 root letters as they are in the infinitive, and then add the prefixes, which now have their vowel as a kamatz. So, I will come, for example, is avo, and he will come is yavo. When we add endings onto these future tense forms that only have prefixes, the vowels do not shorten. We can add e to tavo, which means you will come masculine singular, or she will come, to make tavoi, which means you will come feminine singular. Let's say we will come to you, where the you is feminine singular. We will come will be navo, with the nun prefix. To is el. The preposition el uses the plural set of object suffixes. The feminine singular you suffix from this group is aich. So, to you is elaich. Navo elaich. We will come to you. Navo elaich. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and share. And if you want to learn more Hebrew, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out some of my other videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.